I have determined in my life not to let what I don't know keep me from sowing what God has given me to sow. I've come to the conclusion at this point that I don't have to know how. The way I came to this conclusion was that I saw when God said, my thoughts are not your thoughts, and my ways are not your ways. That's the point when I stopped trying to calculate and figure out how God was going to do what He said He was going to do. Because He told me in His Bible that the kingdom is like a seed. And at times it's going to feel like it's not enough to meet the need that I'm up against. So I know that there are going to be times in my life that I feel like my gift is insignificant and my resource is insignificant and maybe even feel like my existence is insignificant. There are times that I get off this stage preaching to you and I feel like I failed. I never want to preach again. I think about calling Guitar Center and seeing, can I sell drums starting Monday? Because I sow the seed and it goes into the soil and I can't control what happens next. And this is the part of faith that we need to explain to people so that they don't give up when they scatter the seed and the thorns choke it out. There will be large stages and long seasons of your Christian life that you will not feel like you are growing, and those are the times you're growing the most. When you can't do one more rep, when you don't feel like you have one more prayer to pray, when the Bible reads like an instruction manual from IKEA, that's when you're growing. Just don't pluck the seed out of the soil in those dry seasons, because I declare He is the Lord of the harvest and He makes it grow, and grace takes over when your faith runs out. If you have the faith to say it, say, I don't know how. And if we could converse, you could fill in the blank. I don't know how to. Some of you are running a business and don't know how to. I try to be obedient to these moments, and I feel one right now. Usually when we preach, I don't know how, we preach to the person who doesn't know how to pay their rent. It's not just people who don't know how they're going to make their next rent payment who need faith. Some of you are managing millions of dollars of resources and you don't know how to be happy. You don't know how to have peace. You don't know how to balance work and family and ballet and the boardroom. And Susie's got ballet, but you've got payroll, and you don't know how to balance it all. Oh, it's difficult to survive the soil of success just like it is the soil of failure. It's difficult to survive emotional seasons of barrenness just like financial seasons of barrenness. I think everybody in here has a I don't know how. If we could get past all of your angelic facade, your faith facade. Faith is dirty work. Let me tell you a little dirty little secret about the kingdom. The person next to you doesn't know how either. They don't know how they made it. They don't know how they kept their faith. They don't know how they survived. It really defies their understanding. That's what makes it faith. So now I'm at the point where I'm okay to not know how. I learned it from Abraham. God told him to go, but He didn't show him where. And the problem with a lot of us is we need to know too much. We need God to give us step 7 before we'll do step 1. We need God to give us a contract. We need God to give us provision before we trust Him with the provision He's already given. We need to know too much. Some of us, if we had been Abraham, we would have made God put it in our GPS before we would have left Ur of the Chaldeans. But that wouldn't take faith. And God is not going to allow you to live in a state of certainty, because that would strangle your faith. I grow the most when I don't know. You know? When I have to apologize and say, I'm sorry, I handled that wrong. I probably was a little harsh on that. I never did this before. Can you forgive me? Blessed are poor in spirit. Theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. They will be filled. Not those who are so full of themselves that they always have to know how. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the message, just do 2 simple things before you go. Click the logo to subscribe to this channel so you won't miss a video. I promise I'll make it worth your while. And second, take a minute and share it with somebody who could use it, or just leave a comment. I love to hear how these videos are impacting you. It means a lot to me. Thanks again for watching.